When I first started working remotely, I remember applying to just any old random jobs that I would find on job boards, regardless of the skills that they required or whatever, because I just wanted something remote. And see, you can't be like that. You have to identify what you're good at already and the transferable skills that you have from other positions, see, and position those as your ticket in to your desired position. Hey guys, welcome to one of my favorite lessons, finding your remote job niche. So in this lesson, I will walk you through my 3-step remote fit finder system. You'll discover which category of remote jobs fits you the best, based on your strengths, your personality, and your priorities. This is the part of the course where everything starts to click, because once you know which type of remote role fits your skills, your personality, and your lifestyle, you'll stop wasting time applying to every single remote job that sounds kinda right for you. Instead, you'll apply with precision, confidence, and clarity. When I was in, my stage of not working fully remote yet, when I was trying to transition into that, when I was applying, I wasn't getting hardly any callbacks at first because I was just putting in random applications, with the whole copy and paste for every application, put in a generalized resume with some general skills. Like, that doesn't work anymore. Now, when I stopped and asked myself, what am I really good at? And what type of work do I want to do from home? See, that is when I actually started to get some traction. Something else that I asked myself before I landed my first fully remote job was, what do I want to get out of my workday? How do I want my workday to feel? And I remember right before I got the interview for my first fully remote job, I remember visualizing, I think it was like 2 or 3 days before, visualizing how I wanted my ideal day to go. The first step is to look at what you already bring to the table. You don't have to start from scratch. Most people already have skills and, traits that translate beautifully into remote roles. Ask yourself these 3 questions. What tasks do people come to me for help? Number 2, what do I naturally do well, even without training? Number 3, what kinds of problems do I actually enjoy solving? Let's say you've worked in retail or hospitality. You've built customer service, communication, and conflict resolution skills, all of which translate directly into remote-style roles. Remote support, client-facing roles, sales even. You've got a wide range of industries that need remote workers that you can use your skills for, where your skills are in demand, even if you've never worked remote. Maybe you've worked in admin or data entry. You're probably a really detail-oriented individual, right? You're probably really organized and reliable. All of these are amazing skills to have for remote operations, project coordination, virtual assistant work, appointment setting, things like that. So really your goal here is to list at least 10 of your transferable skills on your notebook or on your tablet, laptop, 10 transferable skills that you've developed from any job, right? Any job, whether that was in person, part-time, freelance, or even volunteer work, guys. Anything that showcases these skills, include it. Now pause this video and work on your worksheet. Then resume the video when you're ready. Okay guys, now that you've listed these skills, it's time to match them to your ideal remote work position. We're going to find out the types of remote jobs that need those exact strengths that you have. Download the PDF and take the quiz. You'll need your notebook or your notes from your phone or your laptop or tablet. Resume this video once you've found that PDF and you've taken the quiz. Okay, so let's go over your score for your quiz, okay? You're going to want to tally up how many times you answered A, and then how many times you answered B, how many times you answered C, and how many times you answered D to a question in the quiz. Depending on how many you scored in each category, this is going to determine your true core strengths and the most ideal remote work fit for you. If you got mostly A's, your strength category is teacher or helper, communicator. Career fit examples would be customer support, trainer, recruiter, or client success administrator. If you got mostly B's, then you're an organizer or an operations type. Great career fit examples for this type would be virtual assistant, project coordinator, admin, or operations. If you got mostly C's, then you're a creator or a designer or a marketer. Great career fits for these types would be social media manager, content creator, designer, or copywriter. And if you got mostly D's, then you are a thinker or a techie or a strategist. Great career fit examples for this type would be data analyst, IT support, QA tester, or quality assurance in some form or fashion, a manager, or a developer. If you got a tie between any two, then you should check out roles for both. Once you've scored your quiz, we're going to go over some more information about the different types and different roles that fit these types. I feel like if we talk about a few of the most common remote categories and talk about what kind of person thrives in each category, then it's going to be really useful for you guys. So, number one, customer support and client success. The ideal candidates are empathetic, patient, and love helping people solve problems. They like written communication and multitasking. If you're good for this role, you enjoy stability and working with clear processes, step-by-step processes. Also, it's good for people who like structure, people who like team collaboration, and consistency. The next type that I want to talk about is administrative and virtual assistants. So you are more than likely very detail-oriented, organized, and good at juggling multiple tasks. You love making systems more efficient. Ideal candidates like keeping people on track to, a certain goal or metric. These types of people are very dependable and proactive in whatever they're doing. These types of roles are best for people that are planners, organizers, and behind-the-scenes supporters. So the third type, creative and marketing roles, you enjoy storytelling, design, or creating content. You're good at connecting emotionally with audiences. You like freedom, ideas, and seeing your work out in the world. You know, the artistes out there. This is best for communicators, visionaries, and independent thinkers. The fourth type, tech and operations, those IT types, you love solving problems logically and making things run smoothly, optimizing processes. You enjoy systems, tools, process improvement. You're a very analytical individual, but flexible. So these types of roles are best for detail-driven problem solvers who like structured systems. So think about which of these descriptions fits you the best. So if you identify with more than one, that's totally okay. You can use traits and qualities from both. See, many people combine their skills across roles, like a customer service rep who also handles social media, or for instance, say a project coordinator who supports training. Step 3 is defining your ideal remote work lifestyle. So, this last step is maybe the most important one, okay? Because this is where you define what your ideal remote lifestyle looks like. This is kind of like your provisionary vision board, for your remote life. You're creating a new way to work and live. Maybe even a new way that you've never lived before. And that's totally okay, to be a little nervous and, but be a little curious at the same time. But you want to reveal to yourself what you want the most out of your remote work lifestyle. So ask yourself, do I want a stable 9 to 5 structure or more flexible hours? And this will determine what type of roles you're going to be wanting to look for, depending on the answers. Ask yourself, do I want to work for just one company or multiple clients? Also, how much social interaction do I want during the day? Do I want to talk all day, or am I more introverted? Do I prefer, chat over phone type of roles? That's perfectly fine. What kind of pace do I enjoy? Ask yourself that as well. Fast moving or just a steady pace? These questions will help you ultimately choose jobs that fit you as a person, instead of forcing you to fit the job, which is never fun. For example, if you crave variety, freelancing or virtual assistant work might be best. But if you value security and benefits more, a full-time remote role at a company could be your best match. If you're more introverted, you might love independent tasks like writing, data entry, or content creation. But if you're extroverted, you might thrive in roles that involve teamwork, meetings, and collaboration. At the end of your worksheet that came with this lesson, you're going to find a reflection section called My Perfect Remote Role. Here's where you'll summarize your answers from steps 1 through 3, right, the quiz and all that, and combine them into one clear statement. So here's an example statement that you can use, right, to give you some ideas. Here's what your statement might sound like. I'm looking for a full-time remote role in customer success or virtual support. I work best with clear communication, structured systems, and a positive team culture. Or it might sound something like this. I want a flexible remote position in content creation or social media management. I love working independently, creating, and having variety in my projects. So, once you write this down in that worksheet, you now have a guiding mission statement that helps you make decisions in what type of roles to apply for. So every time you see a job posting, ask yourself, does this job posting align with my remote fit statement? Okay? If it doesn't, skip it, guys. It's not worth it. I don't care how much it is an hour. Skip it. If it does, though, apply confidently because you're not guessing anymore. You know that this would be a good fit. So apply. So you did something really powerful in this lesson. You stopped the guesswork and you started alignment. You now have a clear direction on where you're headed on your remote work journey. That clarity will save you hours of frustration and rejections down the line. You'll start recognizing the right opportunities instantly. In the next lesson, we're going to take all of this clarity and turn it into your remote-ready resume and cover letter system. You're going to learn exactly how to structure your resume for remote recruiters, how to beat the ATS systems, and how to highlight your unique fit for the roles that you just identified. So, grab your worksheet, fill out this remote fit finder, and I will meet you inside lesson 2, guys. You are one step closer to landing the remote job that is truly made for you.